vibe one time for your mind.
Welcome to Sunbeat Live. I'm Adrian Valente with Sunbit, and if you're one of our dealership partners, you're in the right place. Happy Wednesday, April 1st, and welcome to our weekly educational series to help certified and trained Sunbeats like you build your comfort and confidence using Sunbit technology with the people you serve. Now, for those of you that are new to Zoom events, we have a couple of controls for you to help you participate in chat, ask us questions, or just share how you're feeling. And everyone here tuned in live with Zoom events gets rewards points in their Sunbeast mobile app as our way of saying thank you for making the effort. You can, of course, catch this simulcast on YouTube live, as well as posting later today on Spotify if you prefer to listen to our episodes as well. Now, because we cover different topics each week, if you need help or want to schedule your own training, or maybe you need help with marketing refills, anything like that, reach out to success@sunbit.com. They can help you with all the things you need to help you grow and be successful using Sunbit. And all of this, of course, is complimentary. It doesn't cost you anything extra. And then, of course, on Wednesdays, we are joined by show producer and co-host. Please welcome to the program, Queenita Brown. Queenita, how are you?
I am wonderful. Hello. Happy Wednesday. Happy April 1st. Hope everyone's doing lovely.
It's been 2 weeks since we've been together on the program. Last week, you were taking the helm for some fun trivia. We took a break from doing the simulcast, doing Kahoot. I was at jury duty. And but before that, the week before, you were on spring break, which was really nice.
Spring break with the kiddos.
Love to see it. And hello, chat. Good to see the regulars. Good to see some new folks as well. Hold on a second. I want to go back to Thomas Yadrin in the chat talking about that credit freeze update. What are we talking about there? Hold on. Did I skip it? Hold on. There we go. The new Snowflake QR scan to unfreeze the credit is game-changing. That was a big update, for some of you that have run into these issues where, someone tries to use Sunbit and apply, but then it stops them because they have a freeze on their credit report. Now you have that specific message being more prescriptive on what you can do with a QR code to help you with next steps. Love to see it. Thomas, thanks for bringing that up. And yes, congrats on being at the top of the leaderboard for the Elite Escape.
Thomas is killing it.
In fact, I know we're getting ahead of ourselves. We got updates on the Elite Escape to share. In fact, what is happening with the Elite Escape? I'm getting ahead of myself.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
we have some important... We do have some updates.
Yes.
For those of you that have been following along with your Sunbeast weekly newsletters, as well as posts in the Sunbeast app, and I think in the community stuff as well, the Sunbit support@sunbit.com email address has been retired as of yesterday. As you know, we have many email addresses to help you at Sunbit, and we've been getting a lot of feedback from customers who prefer to text and chat and call us and use different methods of communication. But our merchant partners like you still have a lot of email addresses to help you out, which we're going to cover for you right now. But just FYI, support@sunbit.com has been retired as of yesterday. So see them. Goodbye, support@sunbit.com. Goodbye.
Jason, no, that's not an April Fool's joke. That's the email for the customers. So that the customers would email if they wanted support. So no more email for them to reach out for support, but they have chat, and then they have the ability to call as well. They can do so from within the Sunbit app. There's other methods for them. So just the email.
Yeah. So nothing's changed with support. Like, we still have customer care for your customers. We still have partner support for you. Those phone numbers haven't changed. None of that's changed. We're just this one email address that we no longer need. We went ahead and retired it. So let's talk about what email addresses you do have access to. So first, there's partner support at sunbit.com. This is for help with transactions, right? You got technical troubleshooting. You need help right now, partner support, and that's where you should be reaching out to. Actually, fun fact, I learned the old support address, a lot of merchants were contacting us there, which was not the right place. Gotta go to partner support at sunbit.com. And then, as many of you know, success at sunbit.com. I talk about it every episode with Queenita, training, resources, and guidance to grow and be successful with Sunbit. Contract changes at sunbit.com. When you got to do an adjustment or you need to cancel a contract or loan, you can reach out to contract changes at sunbit.com. And then we also have SB support at sunbit.com. That's for your Sunbeast mobile app, for your rewards, your points. And then that way you have access to a direct team that can look into all the things Sunbeast app related. We need to mention chat through sunbit.com. This is hugely popular with customers, but you can also chat with us as well. And that's all with our US support team. And then, of course, our classic phone support. Nothing changes there. Same teams, customer care and partner support. But if you want to go back and grab a screenshot of all these email addresses just for you, make sure you do so. Not too difficult, right? Actually, let's go into chat and make sure any questions for me and Queenita about what's going on with
emotional support, Tim. You can text Adrian. So I'll make sure to put his number in chat and he's got you covered. Okay.
Emotional support beast. That's a good one. If we ever do like a stuffed animal, that would be a fantastic swag item. Other big updates, in addition to the change with that old email address, we also have some exciting things happening with the Sunbeast mobile app. For those of you that have been checking out all the news and updates, you know that the rankings button just went through a big update where now you can access national rankings. For years, you had access to state and local rankings. Queenita grabbing us some screenshots from her Sunbeast app, showing us the new group, state, and national rankings. You can see those up at the top of the screen. Really exciting to see all those tabs and see the difference for where you stand and where all your peers are in the list. Nice. Love to see it. Queenita, thanks for putting these together. Love to see the new national rankings. We know all the folks
asked.
like...
Yeah, they were like, where's national? When we stopped doing it on Sunbeast Live, they're like, hold on, where can we see this? So now it's in the app. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. So love to see these updates, and thank you, chat. Appreciate the feedback we've been getting. Then there's also the Elite Escape. The Elite Escape. It's our version of a President's Club where the top Sunbeasts and 5 lucky Sunbeasts are going to be earning their chance to go to Hawaii and Honolulu specifically. I think we've been hearing more about that, right, Queenita? I think it's going to be Honolulu.
Right.
Yeah, and
Did we match on accident?
I saw your preview screen before I jumped
cheated.
over to my
You
box. So,
cheater.
yeah, I wanted to match. So for those, actually, I want to see the leaderboard. Hold on, let me grab the link. I'm going to put it in the chat for everybody. It's going to ask you for, Jennifer letting us know an issue with your Sunbeast mobile app. You're locked out. I don't know if you can try that forget password option. Maybe that'll help you out there. But I'm also going to put SB support at sunbit.com. It looks like you may have already contacted them. But April 1st, I know it's the beginning of the month. Aside from it being April Fool's, I know we get a lot of outreach first of the month from our merchants. So we appreciate your patience while they help you out. But head over to the Elite Escape. I want to go check it out too. Hold on a second. Where's my browser? It's going to ask you for a password. It's going to be sunbit.com. And let's head over there right now.
Sunbit.
Oh, just Sunbit, not sunbit.com. Just Sunbit.
Don't put sunbit.com.
Oh, what's going on? What's going on here? Hold on.
This is where we're at right now.
In the number 2 spot with, hold on. I'm going to refresh. I'm going to refresh up there in the corner. Justin Skudoris. Is Justin here? Oh my gosh. Frank Barba. Look at all these folks. Andrew Hall. Love to see it. Tyree Walker hanging in there with Thomas. Good to see both of you from the same service tribe.
Sunbit King.
And then you have all these people. So, of course, the top 15 will earn their spot to the Elite Escape. But then there's the Paradise Pick with 5 random Sun Beasts. As long as your qualification column says yes, draw eligible yes on the right. All you need is 10 Sunbits between March 2nd and May 30th. This is happening right now. But love being able to see this. And now we got the national rankings in the Sunbeast app. So congratulations to everybody so far. This is amazing.
Yay!
All right.
And Jennifer, we'll email and follow up with you too. If you're not getting any luck, then we'll reach out for you.
Okay. All right. Let's do something a little different today. Hold on a second. We're gonna talk about the Sunbit Business Dashboard. That's today's big topic. We're gonna be diving into it. But although we have visuals prepared, like we usually do on the Wednesday shows, we thought it might be fun if anyone wanted to volunteer, and I can actually dive into a real Sunbit Business Dashboard. If anybody wants to volunteer, throw their hand up and be like, hey, let's use my dashboard and teach everybody how to use this thing. I don't know if anyone's open. And of course, we won't be displaying any customer information on the screen, but we'll take a look at where you can find reports, how to read the homepage, and where you can find all the marketing stuff. But does anyone, of course, Thomas Yadrin, jump in. Let's go to Jim Karras Nissan. So hold on a second, let me get set up here. Bear with me.
40 points for Thomas.
Oh my gosh, hold on, what? 40 points. Okay. Let's go.
Thanks for
here.
volunteering.
Okay. And I'm getting my system set up here. Jim Karras Nissan. Okay. Now, if any of you want to follow along with your own Sunbit Business Dashboard, head over to dashboard.sunbit.com. You can just go to sunbit.com, and it's the partner login in the top right corner. And it's the same login as your tablet. So if you want to follow along, it's the same login as your iPad that you're logging into every day. Let's go ahead and check out my browser here. We are logged in as Jim Karras Nissan. And
Woo!
I'm gonna walk you through a lot of what I'm seeing here. Let me move a couple of my other screens here out of the way. So when you log into the business dashboard, it immediately brings you to this home screen, your main dashboard metrics, where you can learn a lot about your performance with Sunbit and the impact to your local community and the customers you serve. Now, with the dashboard, it automatically defaults month to date. So it's really great. We have a nice clean 30 days to see March 1st through April 1st, but we can change those dates, over here on the left. So if I'm looking at my year-to-date performance, but let's look at Thomas Yadrin's performance at his dealership. A couple of things we're seeing right off the bat. Total CP sales. We're gonna skip along these gray boxes down here. 112,000 in just 30 days with Sunbit. That's 193 purchases. Average CPRO, $583. That's interesting. That's actually a lot lower than our industry average. Usually we see it at around $1,000, but what that tells me, here's what that tells me, is that Thomas and the team are offering Sunbit for everything. It doesn't matter. It's not just for the big jobs. Like this Sunbit is for all customers. And look at that screaming 96% approval rate. Now that is something. That is something, because there's a lot of confidence the team has offering this, knowing 96% of folks are getting approved. And right next to it, I'm seeing conversion rate. Conversion rate measures of the people who got approved who ended up using it. And it's the industry average is 70%. It makes sense why Thomas Yadrin, Tyree Walker, top performers on the Elite Escape leaderboard, 81%. So for every 10 customers they show Sunbit to, 9 or 10 get approved, and 8 of them are going to spend $500 to $800. It's that simple. And your dashboard shows you this data. And if you're looking to get numbers like this, all it takes is applications. We're going to scroll down a little bit to see what this looks like, because the more people you offer it to, the more people end up using it. So if you're sitting there going, how can I perform like Thomas and Tyree? How can I get my shot at the Elite Escape or any of the other cool stuff we got going on? Offer it to more people. In fact, here in the past month, they've done 248 applications. I can see that with the circle chart on the left. 11 declines. Only 11 declines. And we all know what happens with a decline with Sunbit. It didn't hurt to check. Let's go into chat real quick. What's Thomas putting on a little bit of a clinic for us? Yeah, people don't think they get it. And Sunbit says yes. I'm sure it surprises a lot of folks too. Like, it's probably not going to work for me. And then it works for me. You know? So Thomas, is that your winning talk track right there? Do you want to do the split payment? And do some people just go, what? Like, split payment? What do you mean? That's your new one.
Gotta switch it up.
Oh, that's a good one. So I hope everyone's paying attention to this one. You're hearing it from the top guy. Simple talk tracks. You want to do the split payment? Split payment? What do you mean? No, here, let me show you. All right, let the iPad do the work for you. Ooh, Thomas, I really like that one. Glad we're giving it. By the way, Nissan partner. Yeah, Jim Karras Nissan. You know, the Nissan partnership is really interesting. There are 16 OEMs that have officially endorsed Sunbit as their parts and service financing partner. All top 25 auto groups use us, and over 10,000 dealership service centers now have Sunbit available for their customers. And, you know, if you asked us a couple of years ago if this kind of performance was possible, I would have said no. The dashboard is a powerful place. And let's go back into Jim Karras Nissan here, because we're just scratching the surface of the dashboard. This is just the homepage.
Yeah.
Right? So if you want to see how you're doing, how your team is doing, if you're part of a group, the homepage also shows, boy, look at the CP sales month over month. Let's go year over year. Incredible. We're already seeing a big uptick in March compared to last year. Boy, look at that big difference. 190,000, 2025, 230,000. I'm sure a big boost is you guys in the Elite Escape. Getting everybody fired up over there.
Nice little kick there, huh?
Yeah. So, you know, you have this information. Oh, here's another good okay, hold on a second. So this is a breakdown of where the purchases are coming from. So I'm seeing here that the Sunbit Merchant app, that's the tablet, is the primary tool at Jim Karras Nissan.
159 or 150? 159? Okay.
Mostly the tablet. The tablet is a fantastic way to show people their options, especially they're with you in real time, very consultative approach. But then it looks like a good chunk of them, Sunbit guided application.
Ooh.
Very interesting. So sending links to people to check out. I'm sure that's really helpful for a lot of different scenarios where maybe you showed Sunbit when they were dropping off the car. This is why doing it during vehicle drop off, vehicle walk around, pitching your ASRs, you know, anytime you can show Sunbit before any techs get under the hood is a powerful motivator for folks because you can have an easier time sending checkout links later. Yeah. And let's actually go into chat real quick. I like Rich bringing up something interesting that maybe resonates with others. You know, Rich telling us, unfortunately, 95% of my customers would rather pay in full than pay in payments. You know, I guess the people in our area are just financially secure. But I did have one customer last week that was not prepared to spend $4,000 and did utilize the program. So it was helpful in that situation. You know, Rich, we see this at a lot of businesses, not just service drives like yours. We see this in dental practices and optical, you know, locations and other retailers and, you know, certain areas, you know, especially when it comes to money and finances, there's a lot of pride, a lot of hubris, a lot of humility at play. And that's why it's kind of a highly emotionally charged topic as much as we don't like to admit it. Lending Club did a report a couple of years ago that showed people would rather speak openly of their divorce than their finances. And it goes to show that, you know, some folks may not be open to it, but Rich, what I appreciate that you're doing, you're planting the seed because it might not make sense for that customer today, but there will be a time where they're going to be really grateful that you had the option. So, and, you know,
I think that's important too, Adrian, like for Rich, like as long as they know that the option's there, because just because they're saying they want to pay in full doesn't mean if they knew that Sunbit was an option, they wouldn't use it. Like I might be financially secure, but if I knew I could split it up, like why not? I might just want to. So that's why it's important to, whether or not in your area they're financially secure or not, they know they have the option available just in case they want to do it, not need to do it.
And that's a really good point. It's not always about need. And I think that 0% APR for 3 months is a really great alternative to paying out of pocket everything all up front, because with the 3 months no interest, it doesn't cost anything extra. A lot of you have that talk track, 90 days, same as cash, or 3 months no interest. Some folks, seeing is believing. That's why showing the tablet, or some people just like to see their approvals and what they have access to,
Yeah.
even if it doesn't make sense for today. Like seeing some of the things happening in the chat. No credit card fees. That's the other thing, especially if people are going to use a credit card and carry a balance for a couple of months, like we learned in one of our previous episodes. Sometimes credit cards have a variable rate that changes, and you might end up paying more interest on a credit card carrying a balance than you would locking it in with a smaller loan. But yeah, it's interesting because, Rich, we also had the same issue with Highline dealerships years ago.
Yeah.
Sometimes I remember walking into a lot of service drives, Audis and Mercedes-Benz, and they would be like, "Oh, we don't need you." But look at today, like some of the top performing dealerships are Mercedes dealerships. And I don't know if some of you were at the Sunbeast Awards. There was that one advisor who uses this at a Lamborghini dealership.
Oh yeah, he was like from Lambo, and everyone was like, "Wait, what?"
Freaking out, like, what? Sunbit at a Lambo dealership? Yeah. So, but and I think even if you talk to OG Sunbeasts like Thomas Yadrin, like CJ, like Jeff, these folks have been doing this a long time. It kind of takes a while sometimes for it to be embraced as a normal amenity, a normal convenience. People start warming up to it, and you really start to see kind of the pendulum swing the other way in terms of the opportunities with Sunbit. But you're doing the right thing by just putting it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thomas, it's not about income. Everyone still spends money. Yeah. Interesting. Let's go back up to Connor. We just had a fixed operations summit, and a large portion of it was flexible payment options. We had to open the eyes of some of our luxury stores and show them the data. Yeah. I can't tell you how many folks buy expensive looking cars and struggle with replacing the tires. It's some people, they get a monthly payment for the car, but then the maintenance and the ongoing, hey, you guys get it. I'm preaching to the choir.
Back to the dashboard.
Back to the dashboard. Interesting. Caitlin giving us some advice to us and Rich. I've noticed the brand and area will make a difference. However, I use it myself, so people are more confident that I've used it. I know a lot of you Sunbeasts like to scan yourselves, showing people how it works. Have you ever used Sunbit? It doesn't hurt. And, once people use the 3 payments, they love it. Also, my Vermont customers are super sad they can't use it. Has that changed yet? Are we up in Vermont yet? I think there was news. You know what, Caitlin, we're gonna follow up. I'm gonna make a note of this real quick.
I know we were working on it. I
Vermont.
thought we might have gotten
Yeah.
all 50 states.
I thought we did too, and that might have been super recent, very
Yeah.
recent. So, Caitlin, I'm gonna make a note here to get back to you on that.
So it might
Not in
just be
Vermont
like
yet.
in progress. Yeah.
Might be soon. We're so close. Cindy, CJ Lambert letting us know. I told a Sunbit customer yesterday not to do the 90 days same as cash. He was only approved for $400, and I told him he's better off paying the interest and getting the bump in credit score for paying on time. It's very interesting. With these simple interest installment loans, the existence of the loan and the payment performance are reported to TransUnion. And there have been instances. I've done this myself where, I've done 5 Sunbits, and one of them, I could have paid off early, but I had a 12-month Sunbit and I just kind of let it ride. So I was generating a history of positive on-time payments, and that's a good thing. That's healthy credit reporting behavior. If you got a loan like a Sunbit and you have these automatic payments, they're all being made on time, and that's a good thing. That helps people with their credit scores. But let's go back into dashboard.
Yes.
So we're
And back to
seeing-
dashboard. This is still the
even
homepage.
even a group performance down here, which is incredible because even at the group level, we're seeing tremendous numbers, $620 average CPRO, 96% approval rate, 79% conversion rate. And I'll tell you, a lot of people, they go look at our marketing materials and they're like, oh, 90% approval. Really, Sunbit? Well, you know what? Jim Karras Nissan has been with us since 2019. So let's go ahead and let's take this back all the way to 2019 and their launch date, which was, actually, I'm just going to choose from this date until today. Let's just go all time. Like what is the deal? And let's see if the proof is in the pudding. Incredible. We're talking all these years, 4 million in CPRO sales with Sunbit, 6,326 transactions. And look at that. This whole time, the average CPRO is $644. Like we saw that looking at 30 months. We saw this looking at several years. And 93% approval rate. 79% are converting. And we've approved $8.9 million for their customers. Up here in the top right corner, estimated available credit. This is showing us of all the recent approvals, the past 28 days of approvals, this is what's available. And you can click here to go straight to your offer history page. So, hold on. Let's go into chat. Sometimes people appreciate having options, and let's go talk about this. I know a lot of you have had other financing, credit cards, buy now, pay later, all these other options. And a lot of companies will come in, they'll try to be cheaper, and that's cool. There's always going to be something cheaper. But when we talk about the transparency, the reporting, the data, yeah, Connor, you're right. This is a big motivator. It helps to get buy-in. That's why we're showing you this. We get this whole, oh my gosh, I just looked at the time.
Yeah. Let's go back to the dashboard really quick, you guys. If you look at the top, just a few things for us to hit on. You can manage your users. See if you look at that blue banner at the top. Oh,
I clicked it.
Oh, he clicked it. I was like, oh, what happened? Yeah. So if you click that banner, you can add new team members. So really easy way to remove or add team members from the drop down. And then you have the tabs at the top, which we talk about a lot, where reports, you can see your patient offer history, approvals, and then a bunch of stuff here on the left that you can browse through. I dare you guys to go explore, see what's available to you, kind of like review those reports because they're super beneficial. And of course, the marketing tab to access all your marketing materials. And does Jim Karras have the initiate application button?
I don't see it, but what I am doing is I'm pulling up the customer offer history report and I'm scrolling over to hide any sensitive details. Let's go ahead and pull it up here. Okay. I talk about this all the time. Hold on. Did we just freeze in Zoom?
No, I can still see you.
One of my screens froze up. So good.
Okay.
That's why both of us are in. So here in the customer offer history report, you have access to all the past 28 days of approvals, and you can download these in the top right corner. I have scrolled over to the right of the report where I can see how much was approved for that person, if they used any of it, what's their estimated available credit, and where did it come from. So I can see which applications got approved on the tablet app, guided application. We might see pre-qualification link. Boy, a lot of tablet scans. This is very clear to me that this team does a great job just offering the tablet. Of course, sending links is a powerful thing too, but gosh, nothing beats that magical moment of seeing an approval on the tablet. Now, as we've talked about in previous episodes, a lot of these leads, especially if you focus on the people where the amount used is blank and they came from a link, these might be leads from sunbit.com because our store locator sends people to your pre-qualification links. Really good stuff there. But
So this is a good
Queenita-
way to fill the schedule too, you guys. So if you see people who haven't used it and haven't gotten anything done that they needed done, then you can use that to reach out and let them know like, hey, they have this much approved to get their work done, and they can come in or schedule an appointment to get whatever services they need done. So a great tool to use to fill your schedule and help people get their car safely out on the road. But I know that was a lot. Sorry, we crammed it.
No, that was good. And I think, Thomas, thanks for being a good sport and letting us log in to your Sunbit Business Dashboard to show it in real time. I think that's powerful. We show training visuals in a lot of episodes, but being able to do that together hopefully motivates a lot of you, especially when it comes to
Jump
the
in there,
elite
guys.
escape. Yes. All right, as we wrap up, a couple of updates on what's coming up next. Next week's going to be a good one. We got special guest Matthew Evans joining us, making a reappearance. The Sunbit poet.
Our poet.
You may have worked with him. He's on the success team based out of our Las Vegas office, and he was a guest. What was that, back in August last year?
Yeah, it was August.
It was
August of last year.
But we're so excited. He's going to be joining us next week on the 8th. And then the week after that, we're focusing on spring cleaning, how to get ready for the tail end of the Elite Escape and what you need to prepare for the summer. And then on the 22nd, we're going to dive into the Sunbit app for customers, which we haven't really done before. We're really excited. So we'll be able to show you the Sunbit app. Some of you I know have it because you use Sunbit. But I'm going to put the link tree for all your Sunbeast Live stuff here in the chat for folks, because you can also catch these recordings on YouTube, Spotify later in the afternoon, and of course Sun Clips from Queenita and the Sunbeast mobile app. Rumor has it we're going to start seeing more of those pop up pretty soon, which is exciting. But from all of us at Sunbit, thank you so much. Queenita, did I miss anything?
No, you didn't. Thanks, you guys, for your engagement, your participation, and of course, for just being you. We'll see you next week.
From all of us at Sunbit, thank you so much for being part of the Sunbeast user community, for joining me and Queenita to continue your education, and hopefully we will see you on the next one. Take care, everybody. We're going to dance this one out.
Guys.